All right, welcome back. This is episode 2. Before we get started, I want to take a moment. This is June 6th. This is the anniversary of D-Day, the launch of Operation Overlord, which was a Allied launch against the Nazis in Normandy, France. I find it really kind of fitting that Normandy was the site of this, being that that was the area of land that was gifted to the Viking Rollo to protect the other Franks from uh, Viking invasion. So, very bloody area of the continent. And so, kind of really crazy it went down there. I don't know, how the decision was made, wasn't there. But anyway, I digress. Let's just keep those men and women in mind today. But today we're going to be looking at various tools that AI has introduced to me. TradingView being one that we looked at the other day. Charles Schwab has a tool that if you have an investment account with them that you can use for free. If not, I think there's like a trial that you can use. We'll take a quick look at that. And then we're also going to look at Finviz.com. Which this is, we're going to look at that more as a stock scanner to look for particular stocks we want to mess with, and kind of looking at it more of a momentum trading tool. And yeah, we'll get into all that information. Hopefully, we learned something new today. All right, everyone. So the first thing we're going to look at is the trading view that we were looking at yesterday. If you notice, nothing has changed from market closing yesterday. This is the same account. You'll see we are still down $1.19 lifetime total. So some things I've done since yesterday, because I'm just messing around with things. My goal is hopefully Monday morning, the market opens strong and I can kind of start doing this actively, but with fake money, that is. Right now, I'm going to focus on different tools that are out there and how I can get them set up. Like right now, I've set up my watch list here. My watch list are the things that I want to pay attention to attempt to trade on. Here, I have QQQ, SPY, both of these we've already talked about. We were looking the other day. Major stocks or indexes, I don't know the difference, whatever. We'll figure that out soon, I hope. So those are on there for that reason. AMD, NVIDIA, they're both in there, both major players in the tech world. So I have them down to watch as well. Then these top 3 are various companies that are in the defense sector. They seem to be primarily in drones and things like that. So I have them on there because just with what's going on worldwide and the increased usage of drones, I expect to see a lot of growth in that area, a lot more than we've already seen, and that's really the only reason. So that's my watch list that I wanted to build to keep an eye on. Right. So build your own watch list, determine what you're going to keep an eye on. When you first open this, there is just an absolute ton of things in here. I removed everything and started from scratch. So this, like I said, we looked at yesterday. I just want to show you the watch list. And then, these indicators that we've set up. I know we've talked about the candles last time, and like each candle representing 5 minutes. This area right here, you can change that time setup to, hours, days, minutes, seconds. I'm going to leave it at 5 minutes. You can play with different indicators in here. What all of these do, I have no idea, and I will probably never know. But these are all different indicators you can look at. Maybe you can tell me what strategies for some of these are. And what's your favorite one? I don't know, starting out. But these are the indicators I was told to run by AI, so that's what we're running today. Okay, so let's talk about watching multiple, charts. Technically, with TradingView, I think you can watch 2 charts at once with a free account. You also get so many connections. So something I kind of looked into is we only get so many connections. And you'll see here, I was trying to do multiple tabs, but hey, we've closed this connection because you can only get so many connections. So, yeah, Haven't really found a great way to keep track of everything just yet. I will keep working on that. Maybe we'll figure it out soon. Yeah. So that is one tool that I found. Another tool that I found is once. All right, so here you see our next tool, which is Thinkorswim by Schwab, the Schwab network. If you have a Schwab investing account, then you have free access to this to use. If you do not have a Schwab account, I don't know, like get one. I think there's an option for like a trial on this. I have a small investment account with them that me and my wife, started playing with a few weeks ago. Long-term investment. I still don't know anything that's going on there, but that allows me to use this nice tool that I found out about. And yeah, there's a lot going on here. Just a whole lot. You can see right now this is set to NVIDIA. I'm kind of looking at the charts here and how this works. When you first set this up, okay, you'll see my liquidity up here in the left-hand corner says 25,000. See right here. When you first set this up, that's going to say, I think it was like 200,000. And I struggled trying to figure out how to change it. And what you have to do is you go to monitor, accounts and positions. None of this will be filled in. Won't have anything. So you actually need to make one trade, and then you'll adjust account button here. When that pops up, you can't see it, but there's another little dialog box that pops up, and you'll be able to change the value of your account. I wanted to take it down to 25,000, was as low as I can go, because it starts out at 200,000. That's just not realistic, right? That's not the amount of money I feel like I'm ever going to be playing with, or I'm definitely not going to be starting out with. So we just moved away from that, right? And we'll talk about the different things I see here on the screens and some of the things that you could use. So top left-hand corner here, this is your account information. You have total right here. This is simulated trading. When you go to log into Thinkorswim, I downloaded the desktop application. When you go to log in, you'll have an option to check your personal trading account or paper trading. We are on paper trading for practice. Okay, so like I said, up in this region, this gives you your account information. Then below it is your live news. You have a live news stream, so you can keep up with what's going on. Yeah, and keep that information. You can play with it by symbols and stuff and kind of get an idea of what's going on in the world. Below it is Schwab TV. So we are going to, and we moved. So, like I was saying, over here we have Schwab TV. And I clicked the button a while ago. It brings up some news, what's going on in the world, in case you want to watch it that way.
Down
once again,
to
maybe
close the day
relevant,
out more than
may
at
not.
6%.
Looks like you could change the network to different options: CNBC, Europe, use Asia, Schwab network. Yeah. Below that is watch list. You can click and, well, there's a lot of options here. I built a personal watch list, and this is the same thing we looked at TradingView, same watch list. I just moved it over here. I did notice there are some symbols here, and if you click on those, it'll tell you like, hey, on the 29th of this month, there's a earnings report coming out for this company. So kind of looking into that, why would I care? That could really affect how that stock operates on that day, how it rises or goes down. So yeah, that information can be important for, so hey, I really need to watch that on that day. All right, so over here, we already kind of looked at this monitor, adjust account. This, just tells us, any orders that we have, canceled orders, filled orders, blah, blah, blah. So if we go trade, we could come in here and I put in SPY, and we can trade SPY if we wanted to. We see it last traded right here at $737.55. There's an ask out there, $735.39. Yeah, this is where you can actually come in and potentially buy stuff. And down here at the bottom, which you can't quite see, let me see if I can move this up. Down here at the bottom, you'll see this little tab. Click up. This is where you can buy things. And we're going to have to do another little warp. 1 second. Okay, and we're back over here. So if you look in this area down here, this is where we can place orders or, whatever we want to do. Okay. So say I wanted to place an order here, right? I can, this is my amount, 1, 2, whatever I'm trying to buy. Single auto. Yeah. Here's your price that you're willing to pay. You can just play with this. It has a bunch of different options. It doesn't seem to be near as intuitive as TradingView. I'm still getting the hang of this. You can see on when we looked at it earlier, I had one cancel order where I was kind of playing with it and figuring out how to put my stop losses in. And so, yeah, a pretty popular tool, and you can do some scanning things with it here. Which, speaking of scanning, we're going to look at our last tool here in a moment, and we're going to look at stock scanning, which I found very interesting for momentum trading. So, all right, everyone. So this is Finviz. You can sign up for a free account. That's what I have. I've used it very little today. I started looking into this, listening to a podcast that Chromebook LM made for me last night. It started talking about momentum trading, and I thought that was something that was very interesting, and kind of how to narrow down stocks for momentum trading. And what momentum trading is essentially what it sounds like. You find a stock that's really moving, gaining a lot of momentum, and you're basically trying to jump on that train and ride it. Thing is, you're looking for certain stocks, and one of the things that it really mentioned is you want something with a small market cap. Small in relation to this is I think 300 million to 2 billion. I guess you really don't want to go over that because you want to keep your overall price. I think that's a little bit more important. We want to keep it under $7. That way, when you're doing this, you can buy larger amounts other than just one. That way, as you see that movement, we want to see this going up like 20% over the course of the day. And we kind of want to look at that. So in this particular situation, we have it set up for the market cap, 300 million, price under 7, the average volume over 1 million, and then the relative volume of 1.5. Okay. A few other things we want to see. We want to see stuff that is overall doing well, right? So we're going to filter by percentage change. And right now we see Krispy Kreme is probably the highest. It is the highest on there today. So we can kind of look at that. DNUT is the call sign for it. And so this is an idea of stuff that's growing. And we can come in here and say, hey, this is growing really fast. Do we want to jump on this? Do we want to buy a bunch of shares? Do we feel like it's going to keep going up? There's different indicators to look for. Once again, this is just give you an idea of what's out there. You guys need to do your own research as I'm still doing mine. Okay. I know the thing that I was listening to said, you're really looking for stuff that's made a market change, of over 10% that day. And you're trying to ride those waves. You're not trying to ride the normal waves of stuff that's just normally jumping up there in steady growth. We're looking for that crazy outside the norm. So we're looking for something that's already had 10% growth that day. And we're going to try to jump on that and ride that abnormal growth up and, get out of there before it drops, hopefully. So that's kind of momentum trading and what the gist of that is I'm getting. And this is just one of the scanners out there that people are using for that. So I really want to come take a look at this today, start really messing with it, seeing what I can do, seeing the various options of it, and hopefully have this as a tool in my tool belt in the near future. Like I said, this weekend is all about trying to get myself set up, various tools that are out there, and be ready for Monday morning. Hopefully, I can actually do some trades and make that account look a little bit better. So I'm going to keep messing with these things. If anybody has any advice, let me know. Put it in the comment sections. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm right. I don't really care. Let me hear it. Just, yeah. All right, guys, made it this far. I want to say thank you very much. I know, might be kind of a long video. But we looked at some of the various tools this Saturday morning. We definitely want to get better at using those tools, right? They are tools, and the better you are with the tools you have, the more you can do. I learned this over my career in, being a mechanic years ago. When you learn to use your diagnostic tools, your different code readers and whatnot, you can do a better job. And also, I learned this in the IT field. I spent about 10 years there as well. That's been my most recent, adventure. And, same thing. You learn to use your tools, you can do a better job troubleshooting problems, and you can provide a better product to people out there. So that's going to be kind of my weekend, is learning these tools. How can I use them? What am I looking for? And how can I get on them quickly? I'm going to give you the caveat. The Finviz with a free account does say that their information is delayed by like 15 minutes. So this may not be the scanner you want to use if you're going to try to jump on momentum trading. I don't know. Haven't done it yet. I don't know how long those waves last. Hopefully we'll get to see it in the near future, but I am going to stick with the pullback VWAP method until I get more comfortable with it. Once again, thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Any suggestions, put them in the comments. Thank you. Like, subscribe.